And Grant Udinski is that guy coming from Minnesota, where he was covered by Vikings beat writer for the St. Paul Pioneer Press, Dan Mizutani, who joins us right now on Jaguars Today this morning on 1010XL. Dane, good morning. Thanks for getting up with us. How are you, buddy?
I'm good. How you guys doing?
We're all right. We'll be doing a lot better if you tell us wonderful things about what we're getting in this 29-year-old, as you had described him yourself on your social media feed, a rising star in the industry. What is it about Grant Udinski that makes people sit up and take notice, in your opinion?
Yeah, there's just something about the way he's able to just digest the game and kind of then take what he knows and relay it to his players in a way that makes sense to everybody. Obviously, people are going to look at what Sam Darnold did last year, and they should when looking at Grant Udinski's resume, because Grant Udinski worked with Sam Darnold day in, day out, and he played a big role in the success he had. But the thing I would point to with Grant Udinski that I think maybe probably goes and flies under the radar now because it was kind of just a moment in time in Minnesota was last season when Josh Dobbs gets traded to the Vikings and he has that 2-game stretch where he's just incredible before the league kind of figures him out. He intook the entire playbook, working pretty tirelessly with Grant Udinski around the clock as soon as he got traded. So I think that speaks to kind of his ability to teach, is that he was able to take a guy who just got traded here and kind of download everything he needed to him in that offense, so he could go out and perform at a high level for, even though it was only 2.5 games, it was still an electric moment in Minnesota. So you're getting a really special teacher in Grant Udinski and a guy who everybody thinks very highly of.
Yeah, why should Jaguars fans have confidence in a guy like Grant Udinski? This is the first time he's going to be a official, handed the reins as a coordinator officially in the National Football League. Why should Jaguars fans feel confident about him stepping up into that kind of role?
Yeah, I think the guy who won Coach of the Year would be a good advocate for him last night. Kevin O'Connell put a lot on Grant Udinski's plate on a weekly basis, and that just speaks to the trust he has in him. And I think if you're getting a vote of confidence from Kevin O'Connell, who has proven in his 3 years to be one of the best coaches in the league, if you're getting a vote of confidence from that guy as a 28-year-old, now 29-year-old, I think that says everything that needs to be said. He is a guy who I think a lot of people on the staff gravitated towards just because of his knowledge and his ability to kind of connect with players, like I said. So I think that's a reason to believe in him, is because of what he's able to get out of his players, how he's able to connect with them, being pretty close to the same age, maybe even younger than some of them. But I think the fact that Kevin O'Connell believed so strongly in him is reason enough to believe in him yourself.
Hey, Dan, great to have you on the airwaves down here. When you look at Grant and what he's done with the quarterbacks up there, you mentioned Dobbs, you mentioned Darnold. What is it like? Does he get him to see the field better? Is it mechanics? He gets him to settle down. How does he get the most out of his QBs, do you think?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of everything, and I think more than just one specific thing, it is just having that aggregate of knowledge to kind of impart on these guys. But I think beyond the teaching and like the intricacies of here's what you're seeing, here's what you should be seeing, just his ability to connect. I really do think like being a 29-year-old and being able to connect with players in a way that gains their respect, because sometimes they can feel like, if he's so close in age, it feels more like a peer, and why should I listen to you if you're my coach, but I'm older than you or I'm the same age? But he was able to do that, and I think that's probably his biggest strength, is his people skills. And then obviously you go into the football acumen that he has. It's vast and it's growing too. And the fact that a kid who's 29 years old has already a wealth of knowledge, having worked now with Kevin O'Connell for 3 years, I think all of those things together are probably why he interviewed with 3 or 4 teams this year before the Jacksonville Jaguars finally snatched him up.
Hey, Mia here, and thanks so much for watching 1010XL Jaguars. For even more coverage of the Big Cats, be sure to subscribe to 1010XL Jaguars.